Welcome to Cash Collectors, your very own secure trust gateway, without the costs and headaches of running your own statutory trust with total control. In this video, step 1, we will cover an overview of the system. If you haven't done so already, go to cashcollectors.com.au and register. The application form will be emailed to you and all the relevant documents will then follow. Once you've received your login details and your login link, you will have this page. I've logged in already to speed up that process, and once in, this is what you see. It is a demo page. It is a demo trust account on the live server, so it has all demo information for you, so you can actually see what happens and how to set up each one of these. Okay, so let's get started. This is the black bar is your business navigation bar. Each one of these will have another bar that pops up underneath, and I'll show you that as we go. So you have business details. Payers is your buyers, because you're collecting money for them. Disbursements is where you're sending money out, as many disbursements as you like, and in any shape or form. Transactions is what has actually taken place and the recording of that for statements, and reports, all sorts of reports. So this is the home page, which gives you relevant information. When you first log on, if you don't have any information in there, of course, those boxes won't pop up. And that's what we'll cover in following videos, so that once the information is in there, this is what you get. Business details, that is off your application, can't be changed. But you notice that the grey bar pops up. So transactions, emails, user, staff, and auditing. So transactions, you can get into your ledger, your trust ledger, and emails is all correspondence to do with emails, including email and SMS messages sent out. So it's a record of it, and that is all preset. We'll go through that in more detail later. User and staff. This is important because you can set up and add new users. In other words, your accountant, for instance. We've set up Jane. This is what I've logged on at the moment as demo. Jane, the bookkeeper, will go into Jane. And Jane, this information and that email address is not current, so it is not monitored. It's only for the system. So we've restricted Jane's access to these items. There'll be more details in future versions, which is actually happening right now, so you can make it more specific. Auditing is time and date stamped. Everything to do with your business. So when everybody logs on and changes something or adds something, it is recorded. So it is part of the compliance process. So everything is there. Okay, payers. We go into payers and you notice that it pops up. It'll put the first 20 properties up there automatically. If you go into, as you go into disbursements, it won't do that. You must press search, because you might have, it caters for thousands of transactions, because you have credit card transactions as well as other transactions that can be performed with this particular access. So these ones are set up individual properties. You can go into them, individual properties. Now if I right click on that, I can open it in a new tab, and then of course my previous tab is there, and the previous tab before that was my login page. So if we go into the payer itself, this is specific to do with Chris Sky. Okay, so if we go backwards, it's to do with payer 8 Sydney Street Sky. So the unique reference will cover all of that in payers, a separate video for payers. But what it does do is give you all the things you can do with the payers. You can edit their details, you can edit their payments, you can edit their disbursements, you can go into their transactions and print out their statements. You can all the communications to do with that particular property, all the auditing to do with that property as before, it is all the same. And anything that is highlighted, you can link up to it. And this particular area here, totals, is very important, and we'll cover that as we go through. But if you right click on that, that will take you directly to the statement for that disbursement, individual disbursement. So you've got individual statements. Next is disbursements, and that's similar. We can add a disbursement. There is the list doesn't come up because there can be quite a lot of disbursements. So if we just press search, it'll bring up the disbursements that I have in the system at the moment, and we'll go into that in a separate video. But this is where you add disbursements. Individual disbursements are there so that we can actually edit them. Transactions, you can go into any type of transactions. You can go into rejected, cleared, pending, all status is what we leave it on. And if I go through a date range, any date range you wish to change, you can search that and that'll come up with all transactions that actually physically happened. So that means transactions that has been collected, and you can see that certain ones have been settled, and you can actually view and print out your report or receipt to do with that particular transaction. That will also be covered in more detail in further videos. This is an overview. And the same with reports. There's reports, you can go to a number of reports, any date range. You can schedule active, suspended, or cancelled, or the whole lot at once. So you can go into a number of things that are in here. So if we go to payers reports, it can also go individually ones, as you can see here. So if I want all active and load a report, it will come up and give me the active ones at the moment. So it's actually got it's very powerful. There's a lot of areas in it, but it's very simple if we just keep it real. So in saying that, I'll see you in the next video.